Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Classified Captures. Steve here. And today we've got a wild lineup of clips captured this very Christmas, ranging from Bigfoot sightings to never-before-seen footage of aliens that will blow your mind. Ready? Let's dive right in. Given the season, let's start with an intriguing capture from Christmas Day, 25th of December 2024. An observer noticed a strange object floating in the sky that looked like a jellyfish, but no, it was not your typical jellyfish-like sighting. This one had a distinct otherworldly appearance. The top part of the object had an odd shape, and its two tentacle-like appendages extended downward, swaying gently in the air. At first glance, he assumed it was a kite, but that was until he noticed the lower part of the object appeared to open and close rhythmically, with something moving in and out of it like a pulsating motion. That alone rules out the possibility of it being a kite or a balloon, which led him to uploading it online seeking answers. Once I saw this, I concluded that it was the famed jellyfish UFO, but why now? Why during Christmas? Did this have something to do with the upcoming year? My team and I got into a breakout session trying to decode what the mystery was. Then Julia stepped in, saw us, stepped out, and then returned laughing. Can you guess why he was laughing? You know what? Never mind, I would just show you. Yeah, well, it turns out the one who uploaded this lied to us, but why would he do this during Christmas? You know what? Let's move on to the next clip. This footage was taken on December the 15th, 2024, during the Eddie Aiku Big Wave Surf Invitational in Hawaii that left viewers questioning what might be lurking in the ocean. Pay attention to the clip. Do you see it? There appears to be the faint outline of a humanoid fish-like figure moving within the wave. It's not crystal clear, but the shape is distinct enough to make you pause and take a second look. Let's replay the footage. Right there. Do you see it? The figure seems to have a human-like silhouette. At least it does to my untrained eyes. Some in the community who saw the clip stated it was too large to be a mermaid. This left some of them even thinking we were dealing with a large dolphin or shark. You've seen it. What do you also think?
What the hell that is? Cause there's something coming out of that. It's going down further? That's crazy. It's behind the trees now.
One early morning, say around 5 a.m., a man and his son witnessed something that left them completely awestruck. Above them, in the sky, a bright patch of oddly shaped clouds seemed to ripple with an almost unnatural energy. Then, out of nowhere, the clouds parted, revealing a radiant beam of light that pierced through the heavens and shone downward.
See, it's moving down.
I know, I'm trying to get it. Oh, there it go. It's going down. I wonder what the hell. Damn, 5 in the morning. And it's dark outside, as y'all see. And this shit is in the sky.
Within the beam of light, they claimed to have seen an orb descending gracefully to the ground. By the time they managed to start recording, the orb had disappeared, but the glowing beam was still visible in the distance. If you look closely at the footage, you can still see the orb glow behind the trees. While I find this intriguing, some members of the community think CERN and their particle accelerator might have something to do with this. Others thought this was nothing but an attempt to break through the firmament. Even SpaceX was not spared. Now, you've seen the clip. Which of these do you think we might be dealing with? If you have your own theories, please share them in the comments section.
What the hell that is? Cause there's something coming out of that. It's going down further? That's crazy. It's behind the trees now.
See, it's moving down.
I know, I'm trying to get it. Oh, there you go.
Two friends were hanging out by a river when something unexpected happened that sent them scrambling up a nearby tree. If you're wondering what made them climb so quickly, this is why. The sight of this creature allegedly sent them up those branches. While perched up in the branches, one of them started filming. The creature emerged from the bushes and walked right up to the basket the friends had left behind. It rummaged through their belongings, pouring items out onto the ground as it inspected them. Then it paused, looked around cautiously, and disappeared back into the wilderness. This was not just any animal, it was a large fur-covered bipedal creature. Its movements were deliberate, its size imposing, and its appearance unmistakably similar to descriptions of Bigfoot. While I'm all for Bigfoot, I and a number of individuals in the paranormal community simply think this is a case of a man in a very bad costume. Now, assuming we're all right, did these friends stage the whole thing for some likes and views, or were they simply victims of some mischievous actions? Also, could we be wrong, and this is actually what a Bigfoot looks like? So many questions, yet no way to get answers. One thing we can, however, get is an opinion from you, so please share. Every day, it seems like there's something new and strange happening in the skies over America.
What the hell?
This particular video, shared by a man in Las Vegas, captures a truly unusual sight.
It's a fucking battle. Whoa. Welcome to Las Vegas.
While driving on a bright afternoon, he noticed something odd in the sky. They were glowing orbs darting around, almost as if they were engaged in some sort of aerial battle. Just look at this. These orbs appear to be shooting at each other, their movements quick and deliberate. This is one of the rare instances where orbs seem to be actively interacting with one another, almost like a choreographed sky duel. But what could this mean? Skeptics have tried to offer an explanation, suggesting that this simply might be a reflection of lights on the car's windshield. However, there's one major flaw with that theory. It was broad daylight. Reflections like these are far less likely to occur under such bright conditions. At night perhaps, but in this case it just doesn't seem to add up. So what could it be? We can't say for sure, as there's also a possibility of the whole thing being digitally created. You know what? I think I'll let you guys decide on that one.
It's a fucking battle. Whoa. Welcome to Las Vegas.
A TikToker named This Crafty Girl recently shared a peculiar video captured while sitting in their car in a parking lot. In the footage, the clear blue sky is interrupted by a strange, distinct line stretching across it. The line appears sharp and unnatural. What makes this even stranger is how prominent and defined the line is. It doesn't resemble a contrail left by an aeroplane, nor does it match the appearance of typical weather phenomena like clouds or jet streams. Despite its striking presence, no one seems to have an explanation for what this could be. The only thing many in the community are running with when it comes to this is the possibility of it being a glitch. After looking at it for several times, there's the only explanation we can have for this. I could be wrong though. You've seen the clip yourself, so what are your thoughts on it? This next footage comes from a passenger aboard a United Airlines flight. In the video, you can see a craft flying nearby. It's got its headlights that are unusually bright, and the shape of the craft itself is also odd and distinct. While some viewers are quick to label it a UFO or UAP, others suggest it closely resembles a human-made aircraft. The speculation about its origins has reignited discussions about the Black Projects. For those unfamiliar with them, these are highly classified government-funded initiatives focusing on developing cutting-edge technology, including advanced planes and gadgets. While that sounds interesting, it's more or less a ghost story for some. The skepticism surrounding this video is not helped by the fact that it's incredibly brief, offering limited details. If this were truly a mysterious or otherworldly craft, why is the footage so short? Why did the person stop recording? This has led many to conclude it's probably AI, since AI can't produce lengthier clips. Anyway, what do you think of this? This footage was captured by a group of men riding through a secluded area one night. The path they were traveling was flanked by dense greenery on both sides, creating an eerie and isolated atmosphere. As they moved along, their headlights caught something crossing the road ahead. It was a massive bipedal creature covered in vibrant orange fur, walking calmly across their path. Take a closer look. Right there. You can see it. The towering figure moves with a gait that's distinctly non-human. Its size, movement, and the vivid color of its fur all seem to fit the description often associated with these cryptid sightings. But as with any Bigfoot footage, it could also just be a hoax. This chilling footage comes from a man who captured something truly unsettling in his room. In the corner of the room, there's a shadowy figure pulsating. It grows larger and then shrinks back almost as if it's breathing. Take a closer look at that. What's strange is that this can't be his own shadow. His actual shadow is clearly cast on the wall to his side, moving naturally as he does. Even more unnerving, he walks toward the entity, kicking in its direction, but it does not budge. The dark mass remains exactly where it is, pulsating in the corner as if it's alive. Kicking at it did not do anything, but if it were you in his shoes, what would you have done? Many in the paranormal community can't believe his actions, but yes, what would you have done? This footage comes from a home security camera watched over the quiet front yard in the middle of the night. Everything seemed normal until something strange caught the camera's attention. Parked in the driveway was a car, and beside it, on the lawn, was a large white balloon. For a moment, it sat there completely still until something inexplicable happened. The balloon started to roll away almost deliberately. Then it began to shrink, not deflate like a normal balloon, but visibly compress itself into a smaller shape and disappear into the night. Take a close look. This isn't the typical behavior of a balloon. It didn't pop or lose air. It dissolved and drifted away like it was alive. This has led many to believe it was no balloon, but an entity, possibly one that's demonic. There were some who also believed it was a balloon filled with smoke, which is why it looked like that when it pops. What do you think could be going on? Stepping away from the strange sights, we move on to strange sounds. Watch this clip. We've had clips on booms before, but none of them were ever like this. This was recorded by a man in downtown Los Angeles on the 23rd of December 2024. Yeah, barely a week ago. He claims to have been hearing strange sounds and booms for a while where he lives. On the 23rd, however, they got much worse, and when he looked outside, he noticed that there were some lights matching the booms he was hearing. This made him scared and led him to conclude that there had to be something otherworldly going on. While I'm all for this supernatural and enjoyable paranormal clip, I can't help but feel this isn't actually one. Before you come at me, hear me out. He took this during the festive season and saw lights accompanying the booms he heard. Do you know what also produces sounds and lights during festive seasons? Fireworks. Not to discredit the man, but I think it may just have been fireworks. If it wasn't, then you and I have a lot to be worried about. The aliens are already here. While hiking deep in the woods, a man stumbled across this. It was a lifeless creature lying among dried leaves. Its dog fur was matted and its face looked strangely bloated. At first glance, one might assume it was a monkey or some type of ape, but something was unsettling about it. The face seemed almost too human. This discovery sparked immediate debate among those who saw the footage. Some suggested it could be a species of ape, perhaps deformed or affected by disease, but others latched onto a more tantalizing theory. What if this was a baby Bigfoot? Although the footage was slightly blurry, the shape and proportions of the creature were still visible, making it hard to dismiss outright. What do you think this creature could be? In early 2024, a man in Wales had an encounter with a creature while wandering in the woods. Just in case you were wondering, yes, he did go at night. He managed to take a few pictures of it. The images show a humanoid figure, naked and pale, positioned on all fours. Its head was bald and bowed, and it appeared to be on its knuckles. The creature's skin was a pinkish hue, and the man was convinced it couldn't have been human. This sighting has led many to speculate about the existence of crawlers. For those unfamiliar with them, crawlers are cryptids described as pale, emaciated humanoid beings, often associated with eerie nocturnal appearances. Their unsettling form and behavior is said to instill fear in those who encounter them. Some believe crawlers dwell in remote forests or caves, emerging only under the cover of darkness. Could this be one of those rare instances where they emerge and are seen by humans? Still on strange clips captured this December, we take our time machine to the 21st of December 2024 when a resident in Connecticut captured this sight in the night sky. The footage shows a strange bluish glowing orb floating in the air. The ethereal glow gives it an otherworldly appearance. But then, without warning, the orb zips upwards into the sky at an incredible speed, vanishing in a blink. Take a closer look. Just look at that speed. This phenomenon has sparked a wave of intrigue, with many referring to these mysterious glowing objects as plasmoids. They've been sighted in various parts of the world recently, but no one knows what they are. Have a theory? Please share. This next footage comes from a woman aboard a flight from Peru to LAX on December the 22nd, 2024. As the plane soared over the Pacific Ocean, she spotted this below, tiny objects moving across the water, all converging at a single point in the ocean. Due to the altitude, the objects appear small and indistinct, but their coordinated movement is undeniably strange. What makes this sighting even more mysterious is the fact that these cannot be oil drilling operations or rigs, as such activities have been blamed in the Pacific for years. So that got me thinking, could they be connected to recent theories suggesting that UAPs, or unidentified aerial phenomena, and UFOs might have origins in our oceans? Here's a chilling piece of footage captured by a security camera watching over a quiet front yard. In the video, the homeowner can be seen on the right side, casually picking something up from the ground, but the truly eerie part happens just behind him in the darkness to his right. A ghostly figure emerges, faint and translucent, moving silently through the shadows. The security camera was a motion sensor programmed to record brief 6-second clips whenever it detected movement. At the time, the man was entirely unaware of the mysterious entity trailing behind him. It wasn't until much later, when his wife reviewed the footage, that they saw the unexplainable presence. Now, the family is rattled, and no one in the household wants to step outside at night. What could this shadowy figure be? A spirit, a lingering energy, or something else entirely? This intriguing image comes from a trail camera set up by a hunter deep in the woods. The picture captures what many believe to be the face of a Bigfoot peeking through the dense foliage. It has a distinctive domed head, a broad human-like facial structure, and an intense gaze that seems almost aware of the camera's presence. Trail cameras, often placed to monitor wildlife, have occasionally captured mysterious images like this, sparking endless debate. This photo, however, stands out because of the clarity of the figure's face. The pronounced brow ridge, the dark fur framing its features, and the overall shape align with descriptions from countless Bigfoot sightings over the years. What do you think, though? Is this the face of the legendary Bigfoot, or just another misinterpretation of nature's mysteries? Here's some exciting news that might change the way we think about vaccines. Now, no more needles for your next shots. Researchers at Stanford have now made a groundbreaking discovery on an alternative to traditional vaccine administration. Instead of injections, they developed a topical cream that could deliver immunity effectively. The research was tested on mice and showed promising results. When the cream was applied, the rodents developed antibodies against tetanus. Even when later exposed to the tetanus toxin, the mice were unaffected. The researchers plan to test this on primates before moving on to human trials. If these studies go well, we could soon say goodbye to the sharp sting of needles. I have a pair of clips showing eerily similar phenomenon. In the first video, a man discovers a frozen lake with a perfect circular cut in the ice. What's even more intriguing is that the circle isn't just static, it's slowly rotating. In the second clip, another frozen water body displays a similar perfect circle cut into the ice. The precision of these circles raises countless questions. Are these natural occurrences, like rare ice formations caused by specific temperature and current conditions? Well, after a bit of research, it turns out they are. They're actually called ice circles. These circles are a rare natural phenomena that occurs in cold climates and slow-moving bodies of water such as lakes, ponds, and rivers. They're thin slabs of ice that rotate slowly and look like frost-coated lily pads floating on the water. I had my alien thesis written already, but thanks to Julius, I won't be making a fool of myself here. If you've ever wondered why our team has a scientist on board, well, this is why. We aren't afraid to debunk the myths, we just want to discover genuine alien and paranormal occurrences. With that out of the way, let's move on to the next clip.
Готовитесь все. Такое в жизни вы никогда не видели. Готовитесь. Поверьте мне, готовитесь. Let the revolution begin. We have control. This
On December the 23rd, a series of eerie incidents unfolded across Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and quickly went viral as residents shared videos of their car radios behaving unusually. The mysterious event occurred on Station 101.7, where a deep, distorted voice interrupted regular programming. The voice began making bizarre proclamations stating that they were taking over Tuscaloosa on Christmas Day. The voice then shifted into what sounded like Russian, leaving listeners puzzled and alarmed. The first video of the broadcast is unclear, but the second captures the message more distinctly. Take a listen.
Is this on? We have taken over 101.7 frequency. We are listening to Chalet. Important message for all Tuscaloosa. And our comrade Vladimir will tell you message now.
The voice identified itself as belonging to Russian revolutionaries, though no further context or clarification was provided. For now, Christmas has come and gone without incident, but the timing of this broadcast with the ongoing frenzy over drones, orbs, and other mysterious aerial phenomena in U.S. skies has left many on edge. Some believe this could be a prank, while others fear it might be a genuine threat or psychological operation. What do you also think?
Люди, мы приезжаем сюда, мы готовы. Мы все будем менять. Никто никогда не узнает, что мы будем делать. И вы только узнаете, когда мы все кончим. Все готовитесь все. Такое в жизни вы никогда не видели. Готовитесь. Поверьте мне, готовитесь. Let the revolution begin.
This bizarre footage captures a moment that has left everyone scratching their heads. On a football field, a ball was kicked high into the air, and as it descended, it appeared to bounce off an invisible force before finally landing on the ground. The ball didn't just fall normally, it changed trajectory mid-air as if it had collided with an unseen object. But we can all see that there is nothing there. Some suggest it could be an optical illusion caused by the angle of the shot, while others lean into theories of paranormal or even extraterrestrial interference. Whatever the cause, this moment is both strange and fascinating. What do you think could explain this? What on earth is going on here? A grave encased in what looks like a metal bed frame. Who or what could have possibly been buried in there that required such a unique and eerie setup? Well, years ago, beliefs in vampires and the undead were prevalent in many cultures. When someone suspected of being a vampire passed away, extraordinary measures were taken to ensure they stayed dead and didn't rise again or haunt the living. This grave could be a relic of those times. The metal framework might have been an attempt to lock the body in the ground, preventing it from escaping. Stakes, iron bars, or even cages like this were often used to trap the supposed undead. Whoever lies in this grave was clearly not meant to return. I came across this intriguing footage online. It was a supposed update on the ongoing drone situation in New Jersey. The video showed a massive drone that had crashed to the ground, revealing an intricate network of wiring and circuits inside its shattered frame. It seemed like a breakthrough moment for these mysterious drones. But something is off. The details didn't quite align with reality. The texture of the wires, the symmetry of the circuits, and even the way the drone appears against the background. It became increasingly clear that this footage wasn't authentic. It looks like an AI generation. No, it's definitely an AI generation. But what do you think? A man retrieved his trail cam in the woods in East Texas, and what he captured has left many speechless. The footage shows a massive creature walking by. It's a towering beast estimated to be about 9 feet tall. Its muscular frame and sheer size are astonishing. It's on 2 legs. The creature's movement was eerily human-like, yet its bulk and proportions were anything but. The hulking figure loomed in the camera's frame for just a few moments before disappearing into the dense forest. Many believe this to be a sighting of a male Bigfoot. What are your thoughts? This image, captured by a trail camera, has stirred up quite a debate. A man found the photo on his device showing what appears to be a glowing figure in the darkness. The figure is an almost humanoid shape. Some people argued that it's nothing more than an insect illuminated by the camera's flash, yet others see something more ethereal, suggesting it could be an angel or even a ghost. The shape and glow are unusual for typical camera artifacts or insects. What do you think? A man was out in the forest alone at night when he felt the unsettling sensation of being watched. So he began filming, panning the camera across the dark, dense trees. The camera landed on this ghostly face with glowing eyes peeking out from between the trees directly at him. This chilling image aligns with what some refer to as the forest witch or spirit said to haunt secluded woodland areas. However, the footage is frustratingly blurry, making it hard to tell whether it's genuine or just an elaborate hoax. What do you think? A man was hiking through the dense forests of British Columbia, capturing the serene beauty of the wilderness on camera. As he panned the view, the lens briefly settled on this strange head peeking out from between tree branches. Its features were distinctively inhumane with stark white eyes. The sighting was fleeting as the footage cuts off shortly after, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. With such a brief glimpse, it's hard to draw any definitive conclusions. The forests of British Columbia are known for cryptids and eerie phenomena, so we can't for sure know what this is.
Looks like what's in the book. Or are we imagining it because we read that book?
There goes again. He's a sneaky dude.
What on earth?
That's not a deer. A bear.
Yes.
A family was out on a peaceful day enjoying the pasture when something caught their attention about 200 yards away. It was a large creature walking on 2 legs, its body covered in thick black fur from head to toe. Take a look at the footage. The creature's size and gait seem almost human, but the fur-covered body and its sheer scale set it apart from anything we typically know. Its movement appears deliberate, almost as if it's aware it's being watched, but it doesn't seem to care as it keeps moving steadily through the field. Sightings like these are rare, so what do you think? Is this actual footage of Bigfoot or just another elaborate hoax? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section.
Looks like what's in the book. Or are we imagining it because we read that book?
There goes again. He's a sneaky dude.
What on earth?
That's not a deer. A bear.
Yes.
It's literally like a left foot, right foot.
Dude, what the f***? Like, for real. And then it just, like, disappears. And there's nothing around. No other footprints.
A woman living in the quiet, snowy landscapes of Wisconsin came home one evening to find this in a yard. A trail of prints in the snow, but these weren't ordinary tracks. They weren't from any common animal like cats or rodents, and their size and shape didn't match anything she'd seen before. Oddly enough, the trail ended abruptly, halfway across the yard, almost as if whatever had made them had vanished without a trace. The prints were small, almost delicate-looking, but their pattern was completely unidentifiable. No known creature in the area seemed to leave tracks like these, so what could it be?
It's literally like a left foot, right foot.
Dude, what the f? Like, for real. And then it just, like, disappears. And there's nothing around. No other footprints.
There's a fascinating trend going around with hyper-realistic face masks. These masks feature incredibly lifelike prints of actual human faces, and from a distance they look like the real deal. This person is wearing masks of various famous faces, and it's almost impossible to tell if it's a mask until you're up close. These masks are fun for parties or cosplay, but they open up some questionable possibilities too. Think about it. If someone were caught on CCTV wearing one of these masks, it would be incredibly difficult to identify them. It could create major challenges for law enforcement. It's all fun and games until someone decides to wear one for a heist. So, who would you go as in a heist? A movie star? A politician? Let us know in the comments. This image is said to be a leak from a secret underground military base, and what it reveals is chilling. The photograph allegedly shows a human morgue filled with alien bodies. Rows upon rows of what appear to be extraterrestrial remains are laid out. For years, there have been conspiracies of secret projects and government agencies collecting alien remains from crash sites dating back to the infamous Roswell incident. We don't know how authentic this image is, but it raises many questions. The possibility of hidden truths about extraterrestrial life and how far the government might go to keep them concealed is what makes this story so intriguing. I came across this image of red lights in the sky, and my first thought was extraterrestrial activity. The glowing, almost jellyfish-like appearance of these lights is undeniably otherworldly. But as fascinating as it seems, this phenomenon isn't the work of aliens. These mysterious lights are a natural occurrence known as sprites or red sprites. For those unfamiliar, sprites are a type of transient luminous event that occur high in the atmosphere above thunderstorms. They're triggered by powerful lightning strikes and appear as bright, red, jellyfish-shaped bursts of light, sometimes stretching up to 50 miles into the atmosphere. Despite their grandeur, they last only milliseconds, making them incredibly elusive to witness or capture on camera. This phenomenon was first documented in the early 1990s, but they've existed for far longer. So while these lights may look alien, they're just another reminder of the Earth's incredible and often mysterious natural wonders. Back in 1992, this photograph surfaced and sparked debates worldwide. It was reportedly taken by a man named Jonathan Reed, who claimed to have discovered an alien-like being. The creature had an almost human-like appearance, but with some distinct differences. Its skin was a brownish tone. It had small, all-black eyes, a tiny mouth, and an unusually small jawline. Jonathan Reed claimed that the being was dead when he found it. The photograph of the lifeless figure quickly made its way through various media channels. However, skeptics questioned its authenticity, while believers argued that the details in the image and Reed's story is genuine evidence of alien contact. To this day, the mystery surrounding the Reed alien remains unsolved. What do you think? Fact or fiction? I have had chills, but never have I had chills down my spine like this before. And guess the culprit. The next footage I'm about to show you, the footage was taken by residents of Oregon way back in 2013. From the depths of the woods, a chorus of hysterical laughter echoes through the night, sending shivers down spines and chills through souls. The very air seems to vibrate with the eerie sound, a melody that's both haunting and otherworldly. No one knows what or who was making the sounds, but one dared venture into the woods to find out. Some speculate it could be a hyena, a creature known for its distinctive cackles, but with every passing moment, doubt creeps in. The sheer loudness and persistent nature of the laughter seems to defy any logical explanation. Whatever this entity is, it's not your typical forest dweller. We've been asking you to send in your footage, and one subscriber sent in these odd and enigmatic captures, and they are just the way we like them. Have a look. These captures were taken in the woodlands some time ago. They're oddly intriguing us, making it challenging to determine their nature. In the captures, we see some kind of dog-furred creature moving through the leaves. While the features are different to discern, it's clear that the creature in the footage bears no resemblance to humans or any known wildlife. From the capture, we can tell that whatever it is, assuming it's not a large shadow or simply a function of the camera, is huge. This leads us to consider the intriguing possibility that we might be dealing with a cryptid. And which cryptid fits the bill? Well, you guessed it, Bigfoot. Could this enigmatic figure be Bigfoot? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Here we have another strange encounter in the wilderness. A TikToker in Japan embarked on a camping adventure in the wilderness, expecting a serene night under the stars. As night fell, everything was normal until this started to happen. The van began to shake aggressively and the door of the van banged loudly. Now, normally, you'd think maybe there's a storm brewing or perhaps some mischievous critter having a late-night party on the van, but the footage from the outdoor camera he had set up shows nothing of the sort. Naturally, this left room for lots of speculation and theories. Some thought it was a spirit trying to send a message, whereas others could swear it was a forest guardian playing pranks on unsuspecting campers. As interesting as each of these theories might be, there's certainly no way to confirm which is true. One thing we can confirm, however, is that the young lad is lucky to have made it out in one piece without any damage to his body or soul. Just a quick reminder before the next clip comes, if you still haven't liked, commented, subscribed, could you do so right now? You wouldn't want me to send Mr. Bigfoot after you now, would you? Our next clip takes us to the depths of a mysterious cave, where a group of intrepid individuals stumbles upon a creature. It had the curious eyes with an otherworldly glow that drew immediate attention to its strange and captivating appearance. Upon closer inspection, the creature's ears exhibited an unusual structure resembling human ears, yet with a distinctive twist. Notably, the lower part seemed absent, while the upper part took on a pointed appearance at the tip. The brave explorers decided they'd stumbled upon something beyond the ordinary, and took matters into their own hands and managed to secure the creature, suspecting it might be a jinn. For the uninitiated, a jinn is a supernatural entity often depicted in Middle Eastern mythology. They said to possess unique powers and exist in a realm beyond our normal perception. But if that's the case, how did these guys manage to capture one, using just physical force? Unable to find answers to these, some debate that this may be nothing more than a mutant, perhaps a reptilian man. I know what you're thinking, that's even more ludicrous than the jinn, but how do you explain what we're seeing? As a hiker ventured along his well-trodden path, a desire to capture its enchanting allure urged him to wield his camera, immortalizing each fleeting moment. Let's take a look at what he captures. Entering a remote stretch of the trail, a small rapid graces his path. Swiftly zooming in with his camera, he pauses, captivated by the serenity of the scene. Regrettably, this tranquil interlude is abruptly shattered. A growing unease takes hold, gnawing at him without a clear cause. Resolute but puzzled, he chooses to retrace his steps. The further he ventures into the woods, the more unsettling the occurrence has become, prompting his steps to hasten. An eerie symphony envelops him, whispering secrets only the forest knows. Swiftly he turns, only to find that the rabbit, phantom or reality, has vanished without a trace. Amid the disquiet, a faint voice emerges from the depths of the woods, a mere whisper of, "Hi there," or perhaps my senses deceive me. Soon, however, the whispers morph into what seems like a woman's voice.
He was right
The sounds, however, are far from comforting. They carry an eerie and distressing tone. Scared, he quickly runs out of the place and posts this online, asking for input and help on what he may have seen. While he and many who viewed the footage believe this quick departure may have saved his own life, a user in the original post proposed an unsettling theory. They suggested the voice sounded like that of a woman who had been gagged, pleading for help. They believe he had the opportunity to save someone who'd been kidnapped or someone who was being trafficked. Watching it on repeat again, I'm tempted to agree with the second person. What do you personally think? Stepping away from the mysterious, let's look at something humorous. Have you ever seen a bear scratch itself? Watch this footage. Given that they don't have arms or the flexibility we do, they have to count on external means to scratch their backs. Most bears also live alone, leaving them with no assistance. During such times, trees become their best companions. And let's be honest, when you add music to the mix, their back scratching resembles a dance. Have you ever seen a bear do this in real life? Tell us in the comments section. Imagine walking out of your room to enjoy the evening sky and then coming across this. While the visual spectacle is undeniably captivating, let's not forget that lurking beneath the mesmerizing display is a force of nature that demands respect. The sheer power and unpredictability of these bolts makes them a force to be reckoned with. As we marvel at the awe-inspiring beauty of the night sky set ablaze, it's crucial to acknowledge the inherent danger that accompanies such displays. Lightning storms, as spectacular as they may look, can be very dangerous. Observe the appropriate precautions during such storms, and whatever you do, don't pick up your camera and stand in the rain trying to get a picture. You might not make it back home. Next, take a look at this security footage of a backyard that captured something rather sinister. The video starts off with what appears to be a calm night with nothing out of the ordinary, but in a few seconds we see something emerge from the darkness. Behold, it was a tall, pale figure with an imposing stature that dwarfed the surrounding trees. Standing at an impressive height, estimated to be around 8 to 9 feet or more, this being appears to be in black attire. The creature's unsettling presence is accentuated by its glowing eyes, casting an otherworldly appearance. What creature could this be? Is it a wandering zombie, which would explain why it's wearing clothes, or is there more to it? I mean, its height is definitely not human. Or am I sleeping seeing what's not there? What do you guys think?
Mama. Yes? Captain, no police? Morning. You got all this? What's going on here?
In a recent strange event in Washington, D.C., residents reported hearing something crash from the sky late at night, causing a stir in the neighborhood. Many people reached out to authorities, yet what followed seemed even more unusual. The police quickly showed up, patrolling the area, almost as if they were securing something specific. This rapid response caused worry among residents who believed this could be a cover-up for a UFO crash landing. The fact that local authorities have been tight-lipped and that details haven't surfaced publicly only deepens the mystery. What do you think, though? Could it have been an alien cover-up?
Just in case it starts doing weird movements. It's Predator.
Here we have yet another mysterious sighting in the sky that's been shared online. This time it was during sunset when a resident noticed something unusual floating above. They quickly recorded it, capturing what appeared to be some kind of figure in the sky. It's not exactly human, but not easily explainable either. The shape resembled the infamous jellyfish UFO sightings that have been reported in different places over the years. It had a large, bulbous head that looked like tentacles hanging down. But unlike a real jellyfish, this one was rigid, unmoving, and strangely still as it floated along against the evening sky. Could this be a new type of UFO or just a hoax, as skeptics believe it could be?
Just in case it starts doing weird movements. It's Predator.
During a walk through the wilderness, someone came across this hole in the ground. Usually looking at the hole, you would think it was some kind of pit or watering hole, but instead it was something entirely different. As our curious wanderer trains the camera lens on this unsuspecting hole, brace yourselves for the jaw-dropping revelation. Instead of the anticipated pit, what's unveiled is a mysterious spiral staircase leading into the depths of the earth. Yeah, you heard that correctly, an underground facility right there in the heart of the wilderness. This facility had lights on it that were still switched on. Now, either this is like one of those World War bunkers that had some pretty good technology that can keep the lights on for all these years, or this is a secret facility. If it's the former, kudos to the engineers who crafted the bunker that can keep the lights on for what seems like forever. But if it's the latter, then we have a problem. What could they be hiding from us that requires a top-secret underground facility in the heart of the wilderness? This man who saw this bizarre-looking worm and put it in his palm. As the man taps the creature, it responds by extending what appears to be a whitish root into the man's palm. This raises the questions about what this creature could be. Leeches, known for their blood-sucking tendencies, typically don't exhibit this kind of behavior. However, the presence of a root-like extension raises questions about the creature's biological characteristics and its interactions with its environment. Without much info on this creature, we're torn between speculations on whether this creature is a known species displaying a unique behavior, or if it's an entirely new species that has been discovered. Would you look at that? A gigantic snake in the water. This footage was captured by a man on a kayak, and the creature is absolutely massive. It's an anaconda, known for being one of the largest snakes in the world. Anacondas can grow to impressive lengths, often exceeding 20 feet, and they're known for this incredible strength. They typically inhabit swamps, marshes, and slow-moving streams in South America. In the video, you can see the snake gliding effortlessly through the water, showcasing its powerful body. These snakes are fascinating yet intimidating, and this sighting serves as a reminder of the incredible wildlife that exists in our natural world. What would you do if you came up close with one? This footage captures a chilling encounter in what looks like a desert landscape. A group of men were out exploring late at night, riding in those small dune buggies commonly used in sandy terrains. Suddenly, they spotted strange figures approaching them. The man filming stayed back while his friends in the buggy jumped out, visibly freaked out and yelling. These creatures had an almost human appearance, but there were some unsettling differences. They appeared bald and naked with slender limbs, moving in a hauntingly animalistic way on all fours. The strange, human-like yet unnatural movements and eerie look of these beings have sparked a lot of debate on what they are. Some suggest cryptids or even feral beings, while others think it's just a hoax. What do you think? During his night shift, a park keeper was serenaded by these haunting sounds coming from the woods nearby. The eerie sounds resembled peculiar howls but carried a distinctively human quality. The gatekeeper, with years of experience in his role, attested that he had never encountered such unsettling sounds in all the years he'd worked there. Intrigued and determined to uncover the source, the park keeper ventured into the woods for an investigation. However, to his bewilderment, he returned empty-handed, unable to pinpoint the origins of the sounds. What do you think this could be? Could it be the nocturnal activities of an elusive creature, their cries echoing through the night? Or perhaps the veil between our world and the supernatural has briefly lifted, allowing us to hear the voices of ethereal entities? Some even entertain the idea of mischievous individuals, potentially dabbling in occult practices or playing elaborate pranks on the unsuspecting park keeper. What about you? What do you think of the whole thing? Personally, I think there's always a scientific explanation to everything. The next clip comes from a man who took a picture as he was exploring the woodlands close to his home. Unknown to him, he'd captured something that many have only dreamed of seeing, the legendary Bigfoot. If you pay attention to the image on your screen right now, you should see just in front of the woods stood an 8 to 9 feet tall creature. The creature has dark fur and is staring straight into the camera. You tell me that's not a Bigfoot. Yet, as with all things extraordinary, skepticism rears its head, with many doubters suggesting it to be nothing more than a hoax. Some stated it was a cleverly edited image, while others suggested it was perhaps a person concealed within a well-designed costume. But what do you say? Is this real, or do you think it's a hoax? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do so now? I don't want Aaron sending a skinwalker after you. Now back to today's episode.
Huh.
Does it feel good on you?
Yeah.
An observer captured something extraordinary in the sky. In the footage, a strange white figure appears almost like it's covered in robes with wings. It moves quickly from one spot to another at surprising speed. Some believe this could be an angel, given its white ethereal appearance and the graceful way it moves. Others, however, think it might be a cleverly disguised drone, possibly outfitted with lights or a fabric to create the illusion of wings. So what do you think? Are we seeing a celestial being gliding through the sky, or is it simply advanced drone technology?
Looks almost like an angel.
You zoomed in?
Yeah, it's all the way in.
Can I see it, Mom? Can I see?
Hey, look, come look at it.
I can't see it.
Would you feel comfortable staying here with you and your family?
Bedroom, bathroom, fake room in the home with no entrance. And there's a dude in there right now gaming. How weird is that? I don't know, is that normal for LA?
A man was staying at an Airbnb and made a strange discovery that left him uneasy. While outside by the pool, he noticed an odd section of the building situated between the bedroom and living room. This room appeared to have windows, but they were blocked from the inside so that he couldn't see anything within. When he went inside to investigate, he found the wall separating this hidden area was much smaller than expected, almost like it had been added as an afterthought. The strangest part is there was no visible door or entryway or access to this room, yet he distinctly heard someone playing video games from within. Who could that be, and why are they in the room sealed?
Bedroom, bathroom, fake room in the home with no entrance. And there's a dude in there right now gaming. How weird is that? I don't know, is that normal for LA?
This is a bird's eye view of the incident that took place in Miami quite recently. For those unfamiliar with the situation, a significant police presence enveloped the Bayside Marketplace Mall, sparking rumors of an extraterrestrial encounter. Some witnesses even claimed to have spotted a tall, unidentified figure in the vicinity, adding to the mystery surrounding the incident. Nevertheless, the Miami Police Department promptly dispelled the rumors, clarifying that the heightened police presence was in response to a disturbance caused by a group of teenagers setting off fireworks and engaging in looting. It was definitively stated that the situation had no connection to anything extraterrestrial. Despite the Miami Police Department's assertions, various footage that surfaced after the incident seems to suggest otherwise. In one such video captured from tall buildings in the vicinity, a colossal creature can be observed strolling past the police cars. The figure is unmistakable, raising questions about whether the authorities were attempting to conceal the presence of such a creature or if there's an explanation for the apparent discrepancy in accounts. You know how we've been asking you to send in your footage, and many of you have been hesitating. Well, this capture was sent in by a subscriber of the channel, and you and I are gonna help this person understand what they captured. Looking at the image, what do you see? Julius believes it could be a man in a costume exploring the outdoors, but then again, Julius is just a figment of my imagination. Whilst Aaron believes it could be either an otherworldly or extraterrestrial exploring our lands at night. Given the blurry nature of the capture, there's only so much we can do. But what do you also see when you look at it? Tell us in the comments section. This footage comes from a man out by the North Saskatchewan River in Alberta, Canada. He was on his way to help a friend who'd been in a biking accident in the area, injuring his leg. He left with first aid supplies, biking down the path with his camera rolling, when he spotted something unusual on his right. There, by the side of the trail, was a towering creature covered in thick fur from head to toe. The sight was so startling that the man quickly sped up out of there. According to his account, he believes it was a Sasquatch. The figure certainly looks like the classic descriptions of Sasquatches, tall and covered in dark fur. What's your take on this mysterious creature in the Alberta wilderness? Could this be a real encounter with a Sasquatch?
Дома что-то происходит. Я очень боюсь. Что это было? Оно пропало. Я боюсь. Я просто невыносимо боюсь. Это пипец. Его нет. Бля, господи. Ненавижу находиться одна дома. Это очень страшно. Бабочки, это что такое? Кто там?
This next video comes from a girl in Russia who shared her terrifying experience after being home alone. She said it all began when she noticed the furniture moving entirely on its own. Completely freaked out, she started screaming at objects shifting around her. And that was not the end of it. Out of nowhere, she spotted a dark figure lurking in the corner of her room. The figure would vanish and reappear, each time more unsettling than the last. Panicked, she went to the bathroom, only to find the figure behind the shower curtain. When she rushed to pull it open, nothing. The figure was gone. But the eerie sensation lingered as if it wasn't quite done with her. So what could this have been? A ghostly presence or a figment of her imagination? Whatever it was, it did not seem to want to leave her alone. Next up, we have today's bonus segment. Can you accurately tell me what the creature in this capture is? If you can, kindly do so in the comments section and start your comment with bonus footage. Don't forget to add one interesting fact about what you see, just to make sure we know what you're talking about. The most accurate comment with the most interesting fact wins a chance to be featured in our future videos. This is a chance you certainly cannot pass by. We can't wait to read your answers. A trail camera set up in a cornfield captured this pair of glowing orbs among the plants. These lights are so clear that it's hard to ignore. The owner of the image was so puzzled by this that he posted the picture with hopes of finding what this could be. Some say it could be headlights in the distance, but how's that even possible? The distance from the nearest road rules out the headlights theory. Others speculate that the orbs could be part of a global phenomenon that we've seen in various parts of the world. You know, the extraterrestrial kind. Then there's others who think they belong to otherworldly creatures crossing into our planes. The theories are endless, but the truth can be just one. What do you think it is? In Xinjiang, people have been noticing these things in the sky. These patterns you see are birds. According to the owner of the footage, this was not the first time. The birds have been making these strange patterns in the sky since February of 2023. What could be causing these birds to do these strange performances in the sky? Upon closer examination, ornithologists and experts have weighed in on this intriguing phenomenon. They suggest that the behavior of these birds could be attributed to various factors, such as changes in their migratory patterns, alterations in local weather conditions, or even natural instincts triggered by environmental shifts. While these explanations provide scientific insight, the local community has also speculated on more mystical interpretations. Some residents wonder if these mesmerizing patterns hold a deeper meaning. Perhaps these animals are trying to tell us something. What's your take on this winged spectacle, a natural phenomenon, or maybe a hint of something more mysterious in the air? Get ready for a mind-bender. Picture this, a plane caught on camera, seemingly hanging out in the sky without budging. Planes, as far as we know, don't come equipped with mid-air stops or traffic signals, so when you see one hovering without a care in the world, it's enough to make you question the laws of aviation. The idea of a glitch in the matrix seems like the best explanation for this. After all, there's no logical explanation. Unless, of course, the aliens are responsible. I mean, take a second look and think about it. What else could be responsible for this? When people say AI is taking over, I think we shouldn't take it lightly. According to The Hollywood Reporter, a new streaming service called Showrunner is making its way to mainstream media. Showrunner allows users to create prompts and then watch AI-generated animated programs. This means that you can make your own shows, which could impact the viewership and success of traditional shows created by professionals. The rise of AI-generated content could have significant implications for the entertainment industry. Writers, animators, and other creative professionals invest a lot of time and effort into producing high-quality content. If AI-generated shows become popular, it might reduce the demand for traditionally produced shows, potentially affecting jobs and livelihoods in the industry. On the other hand, showrunner could make content creation easy, allowing more people to bring their ideas to life without needing a big budget or professional skills.
Jay, Lena, is the laptop okay? No, Mom, but you are.
This might lead to a more diverse range of content and new opportunities for creativity. It's quite a sensitive topic, but how do you feel about this development?
And by the time you meet Popsicles had realized the reality of your creations, it was all too late, wasn't it? Humans became so good at consuming, we couldn't help but wonder what it'd be like to consume them. But don't worry, we found humans more valuable for their minds than for snacking, though history might have flavored things a bit differently.
You see it too, don't you? There's a tiny being walking through the grass. The clip ends with a shocked and surprised look from the lady present. I don't know about you, but that makes me think and believe that this has got to be real. But even if it is, what exactly is that creature? The first thing that comes to mind when looking at it is the Smurfs, but the Smurfs aren't real, right? Well, this clip proves otherwise. Aaron, our conspiracy theorist, was trying to explain to the team how this could be real, but our video editor mentioned that the color grading between the creature moving and the environment didn't match. In other words, this was an edited video. Julius agreed, and soon the words of our conspiracy theorist was treated as an error. The Smurfs, or creatures like that existing in our world, could be an interesting find, but it's hard to go against their logic and argument. What do you guys think? Is there a chance this could be real? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. We visit the seashore. Someone captured this huge image while out exploring the waters. Now, some might quickly attribute it to a mere reflection of the camera lens, but there was no sun out there and the weather was cloudy. Clearly, it could not have been that. The concept of glowing orbs is often associated with many mysterious occurrences, which has led to many conspiracy theories. Some say they are extraterrestrial beings. Others think that they're related to paranormal and interdimensional occurrences, but the list is never ending. You've seen them multiple times on this channel, so what's your theory?
How much an app or your phone can learn about you just from giving it access to your camera? This is what it looks like. This is my camera, not even recording. This is in real time, and it's identifying everything in the image.
In this footage, you can see this phone accessing the camera and actively labeling every item in the room. It's like the phone knows everything about your surroundings. This looks very scary. We're not safe at all and have no privacy with our phones. While technological advancements provide exciting possibilities, they also raise important questions about privacy and data security. Being aware of app permissions and taking steps to protect your privacy helps strike a balance between enjoying the benefits of technology and safeguarding personal information. To protect your privacy, it's essential to review and manage app permissions on your device. Be cautious about granting access to features like the camera unless it's necessary for the app's functionality. Regularly check your privacy settings and app permissions to ensure that you have control over what information your apps can access. Man was out one day when he came across a strange-looking bird.
Oh my God, bro, that's a whole dinosaur. I'm about to be rich. I need at least $1 million for this discovery.
This bird had an unusually long neck adorned with fluffy feathers sticking out from it and all over its head. Its wings looked droopy, and despite its small size, it seemed very hostile. It resembled some sort of ancient exotic bird. The peculiar appearance of this bird is truly captivating. Its long neck and unique feather arrangement give it an almost prehistoric look, as if it were a creature from a different era. Its hostile demeanor makes me wonder what kind of bird this could be. Do you have any idea what this could be? Is it an exotic species, a rare bird, or something else entirely? Let us know in the comments section.
Wait, hey! That's why y'all dumbasses think.
If you thought that was odd, wait till you see the next one. Someone captured this during a bad weather, and it looks like some sort of anomaly in the sky rolling away. But what's more alarming is the bright orb in the middle. The way the clouds are moving with the reddish glow at the center prevents this from looking like a natural phenomenon. How many natural phenomena do you know that looks like that? None. It's almost like a scene from a sci-fi thriller. To make this even more eerie, as soon as the strange cloud formation rolls away, lightning takes over with a deafening thunderclap. What's more, the red glow in the middle looks too defined to be a mere trick of light, and the immediate onset of lightning and thunder makes the whole scene even more dramatic. Some, however, suspect this is nothing more than a blue beam project. Now that you guys have seen this, what do you think? Technology's advancing so quickly it's crazy. Check out these delivery robots in Santa Monica, California.
It's delivering somebody's shit. I never seen one, oh my God.
These are delivery robots that are deployed to deliver orders. They're so intelligent that it almost feels like a dream. They're capable of knowing when to move and even wait for cars to drive by before they continue their journey. It's not only cars, though. They're capable of recognizing humans and acting the same.
For Coco, if whatever it's doing is delivering something, so somebody's ordering here, it's going to deliver it to them. Oh, I'm sorry, let me get
These delivery robots use a mix of machine learning, computer vision, and sensor fusion technology. They analyze their surroundings, interpret visual information, and make quick decisions to navigate effectively. As innovative as these things are, it seems not everyone is comfortable around them. You know, the robots are gonna take our jobs saga. What's your take on these delivery bots, though? A futuristic marvel or a glimpse into a tech-driven future that's both a tad freaky? In this bizarre footage, a man finds the tail of a snake sticking out of his door. Not one to shy away, he attempts to coax it out with a stick. But lo and behold, the stick doesn't cut it. Instead, he ends up pulling out a massive cobra, neck flared out, ready to strike. The startled man leaps back, chucking the stick like a hot potato. It's quite a funny sight, but let's not forget this is a cobra we're talking about. The man's instinctive reaction to create distance is a smart move when dealing with such a creature. Cobras are venomous snakes, and their venom serves as a crucial tool for hunting and self-defense. This venom is capable of causing paralysis in their prey, ultimately leading to successful predation. Luckily for the man, the snake decides not to launch an attack. The footage left us on the edge, and boy, are we glad that man's safe. A man was filming one night when suddenly something extraordinary happened. Out of nowhere, a huge ball of light blasted across the sky, trailing colorful streaks behind it. The light illuminated the entire area for a brief moment before vanishing just as quickly as it appeared. Along with this spectacle, there was a loud, thunderous boom which echoed across the landscape. If you listen closely to the footage, you can hear the rain falling steadily in the background. But what exactly was that? Some people are speculating it could have been a comet or something along the lines of a fireball entering the atmosphere. You've seen the clip. What do you think it is? I always say this, hospitals are one of the biggest hotspots for ghost activity.
How do you show it? How do you tell a ghost to show it? Look at the heart rate. Make your heart rate speed up if you're a ghost. Make your heart rate speed up if you're a ghost.
In this video, a group of nurses entered a room and were shocked by what they found. The heart monitor was on, actively reading someone's vitals, but this is the strange part. The room was completely empty and the machine wasn't even plugged in. This left the nurses convinced that they might be dealing with a ghost. On one of them, curious if the spirit was trying to communicate, asked if it could increase the heart rate. To their surprise, the monitor showed exactly that. The heart rate sped up. The nurses were all in shock, unable to believe what they were witnessing. I mean, you're definitely seeing everything I'm saying on your screen right now. The big question now is this real? Is this genuine? The paranormal community is divided. Where do you stand?
Speed up if you're a ghost.
Still on meteors, this next footage is another alleged one.
Hello?
Hey, where's Mom?
She should be at home.
Okay.
In the footage, we can see that there are thousands of lights painting the sky. Now, we've all heard about the beauty of meteor showers, right? Meteor showers can be a spectacular sight where the night sky turns into a canvas adorned with streaks of light as the meteors make their fiery entrance. But wait a minute. Something about this looks a bit off, doesn't it? The usual meteor shower might not resemble this bizarre dance of lights. So the million-dollar question, are these truly meteors or is there something else at play in the cosmic arena? Again, if there are experts here, we'd love to hear from you. A woman and her daughter drove to a camp in a remote location surrounded by mountains and hills. As they traversed the road below, the scenic beauty inspired the woman to take a panoramic view of the breathtaking landscape. But here's where it gets interesting. As she's recording, she spots someone walking off a steep mountainside. She brings her daughter's attention to the person on the mountainside, but her daughter can't see. Nonchalantly, she films it to show her later. When they set to review the footage, they discovered something truly bizarre. The figure was not just any person, it was an enormous being with broad shoulders and what seemed like fur covering its body. As they zoomed in on the footage, it became increasingly evident that this was not a human being captured in the video. Had the woman and her daughter unintentionally documented a sighting of a Bigfoot? That's what most who saw the footage believed they had done. Having seen it, what do you think?
See that? There's nobody there. Automation. I work at an automated dock. All these machines right here, there's no people. Hardly any people on this thing. This is what they're fighting about. I work at an automated dock right here, Port of LA, Long Beach. Keep fighting, brothers. Keep fighting.
It's undeniable that technology has greatly enhanced our workforce, making tasks faster, more efficient, and often safer. But let's not forget the other side of this coin. Technology is also replacing jobs, leaving many workers out of work. Take a look at this footage, captured by one of the workers at a port. In the video, you'll notice something striking. There are no humans inside. Instead, it's just machines fully automated, taking on the tasks that were once done by men and women. This is exactly why port strikes are happening. Workers are being replaced and their livelihoods are at stake. But what happens when the few human roles left at these ports are taken over by machines? Where do those thousands of workers go? What becomes of the people who were sent home as technology continues to advance and take over? This is the harsh reality we are facing, and it's a question worth asking as we move forward into a more automated world.
See that? There's nobody there. Automation. I work at an automated dock. All these machines right here, there's no people. Hardly any people on this thing. This is what they're fighting about. I work at an automated dock right here, Port of LA, Long Beach. Keep fighting, brothers. Keep fighting.
Guys, look at all these Cybertrucks and Teslas. No one's driving that?
Nobody in that?
No one is in that car.
Nobody walked over here. Wait.
There's nobody in these. What the heck? That car just sped off. There's no one in it.
How'd you feel about Tesla cars and Cybertrucks? They're quite innovative with their self-driving features, but to be honest, they kind of freak me out sometimes. Take this, for example. A group of people were driving by an alleged abandoned parking lot when they came across something eerie. The entire lot was filled with Teslas and Cybertrucks, and here's the strange part. They were all moving, but no one was inside them. These cars were just rolling around on their own, gliding through the lot as if something was controlling them. What's even more unsettling is that it looked like the cars had been left there, abandoned. Why would an entire lot be full of self-driving vehicles like this, and what could be causing them to move around? Julius has a theory it's a testing site for these vehicles. That sounds logical, but what say you guys?
Guys, look at all these Cybertrucks and Teslas. No one's driving that?
Nobody in that?
No one is in that car.
Nobody walked over here. Wait. There's nobody in these. What the heck? That car just sped off. There's no one in it.
In this next footage, we have an image that was shared by a lady online. The image was captured on a camera that was set in a children's room. She believes it captured a spirit attempting to communicate with her 2-year-old granddaughter and 7-month-old grandson. The footage starts off innocently with the supposed spirit engaging the 2-year-old. The engagement eats into the night amidst laughter and conversation. However, things take a turn when the child, perhaps feeling uneasy, tells the spirit to go away. Despite this plea, the spirit persisted, prompting the family to explore various methods to address the inexplicable occurrences. They were asked to employ some methods such as burning nettle salt and Palo Santo, traditionally believed to ward off negative energies, and that proved to be unsuccessful. Although the encounters were unsettling, it feels like the spirit might be trying to share a message rather than having harmful intentions. At least that's what Aaron hypothesized. What about you? Talking of Sasquatch, this is a recording of the said creature, and the audio was recorded back in 1983. The audio promises to give you goosebumps, much like the legendary Sierra sounds. The Sierra sounds, in particular, are known for purportedly capturing a series of vocalizations, grunts, and howls that some believe to be evidence of Sasquatch communication. Skeptics often question the authenticity of such recordings, considering alternative explanations like natural animal sounds, hoaxes, or misinterpretations. What's your take on these supposed spine-chilling Sasquatch recordings? A genuine encounter with the elusive creature, or maybe just a cleverly crafted piece of audio to keep the folklore alive? Someone recently shared some intriguing footage of a mysterious entity wiggling around in a thick, clear liquid in their bathtub. The creature was submerged in the viscous liquid, making it difficult to identify exactly what it might be. Its movements were peculiar, almost otherworldly, sparking both curiosity and a touch of unease. As you watch the footage, there's something undeniably off about it. The way the creature moves seems almost too fluid, too surreal, like something crafted with CGI. The bizarre undulations and lifelike motion make you question whether this is an elaborate digital trick or a genuine anomaly caught on camera. You watch the clip, what are your thoughts?
Seen that? Go back, son. What? Go back a little bit, then zoom in so they can see it. All on the Ring camera detection. Now watch this, the next one. What the hell? Pause it on that.
So a man and his wife noticed this bright light outside their home, but only lasted a split second. It was more like a flash and so short that they both started to doubt if they had indeed seen anything. But there's no way they both could have seen something that was not real, right? Well, that's exactly what they thought. They decided to investigate, and the first thing they looked at was footage from their Ring camera. That's the clip you have been seeing on your screen for the past few seconds. If you pay attention, you'll notice that just around the time the light burst occurs, a strange object appears on top of their neighbor's house. Only for a few seconds, but then disappears. If I didn't know better, I would say that's a cloaked alien ship beaming someone or a group of individuals out of that house. It all happens so fast. But if my hypothesis is correct, this is alien tech we are dealing with here. It's certainly possible, either that or that's some convincing fake right there. But then again, you guys tell me what you think. I'll be reading the comments.
Look how big this thing is.
Yo.
Our next footage comes all the way from China. As you can see, a line of glowing orbs regenerates as it moves forward. No one can say with certainty what they are, but these glowing orbs could be attributed to human-made gadgets or items such as drones equipped with lights or some other equipment with lights. In recent years, drone light shows have become increasingly popular for entertainment purposes, creating stunning visual spectacles in the night sky. However, considering the mysterious nature of the phenomenon and its peculiar characteristics, it's understandable that some may speculate about extraterrestrial origins. Reports of unidentified flying objects often involve descriptions of glowing orbs or lights in the sky, leading to speculation about possible alien activity. This footage does fit the bill, but something about it tells me it might be a human invention. What do you guys see when you look at it? In this next one, we have a bird frozen mid-air. You know what? Let me just show it to you. Yup, that's it. Strange, huh? While some might rush to explain such occurrences with scientific and logical reasoning, I believe that these things have become too regular to explain them. And how on earth are you going to explain this? It has to be either it's the aliens or we live in a simulation and there are really glitches happening everywhere. What do you think? During an evening family party, the camera captured a joyful scene with everyone focused on a toddler being held by a man, likely the father. The room is filled with laughter and smiles, but something eerie lurks in the background. If you look closely behind the door, there appears to be a pale face staring intently at the festivities. Strangely, no one noticed this unsettling figure at the time. It was only upon reviewing the footage later that they saw it. The identity of this face remains a mystery. The thought of an unknown presence at such a joyful gathering sends chills down the spine, especially mine. What do you guys think is going on here? Is there a logical explanation, or could this be something more sinister? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Someone visited a graveyard recently and witnessed something quite eerie. On one of the graves, there were two bouquets. As the wind blew gently, the flowers seemed to dance slightly, but then out of nowhere, one of the bouquets began to spin on the grave. Graveyards are already unsettling places filled with an air of mystery and the supernatural. The sight of the bouquet spinning certainly did little to help the creepiness associated with the place. It's hard to believe it was just the wind causing this unusual movement. Could it be a natural phenomenon, or is there something more supernatural at play here? Perhaps it was a sign, a message from beyond, or simply an unexplained occurrence. What do you think could have caused the bouquet to spin? Let us know your genius ideas and explanations in the comments section. Now, this is one hideous-looking creature. It's got that chameleon vibe, hasn't it? But there's something about it that's not quite typical about lizards. As much as I'd love to experiment, I'd love for something like this to exist, it just doesn't seem that real. Something about it screams CGI. It's either that or a fantastic beast decided to make a grand entrance into our reality. The creature's unusual appearance raises eyebrows, and you're not alone in thinking it might be a computer-generated creation. With the advancement of technology, it's becoming increasingly challenging to distinguish between what's real and what's digitally crafted. Which do you think it is? If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do so now? It goes a long way to help us make more videos like this for you. Thank you so much. Now back to today's episode. In the middle of the ocean near Key West, Florida, a group of men noticed these strange cloud formations in the sky. They were round clouds.
Bro, look at these clouds. What is going on? What is that?
But look over there, there's a circle one that's the actual cloud. Yeah.
While the mystery surrounding these atmospheric anomalies sparks a variety of speculations, such as portals or even cloaked UFOs, the phenomenon in question is commonly referred to as hole punch clouds. Hole punch clouds are fascinating meteorological occurrences that arise under specific conditions. These clouds, officially known as fall streak holes, form when supercooled water droplets in a cloud rapidly freeze due to the introduction of ice crystals. This process leads to the creation of a void or hole in the cloud, surrounded by an intriguing ring of ice crystals. The science behind hole punch clouds is intriguing, but understandably, these atmospheric oddities can give rise to imaginative interpretations. So if you come across a mysterious opening in the clouds, it's likely just a quirky display of nature's frosty handiwork rather than a portal to another dimension. Either that, or you may want to prepare for the apocalypse.
It's like a missing puzzle piece or something.
What is going on here? Look at these clouds.
Yo, this is crazy. So this is April, 14th?
Take a look at this footage from 2023, shared by a resident in Oklahoma. It starts with this strange object hovering in the sky above his house. At first glance, you might think it's something falling from space, but there is no fire, just a bright, tiny orb surrounded by a cloud of white smoke, leaving a smoky trail behind it. As you watch, the smoke begins to spread and slowly dissipates, leaving the shiny orb still floating in the sky. It just hovers there for a while, but then something even stranger happens. The orb starts emitting more of that white smoke, almost as if it's pulsing out of the object. And during this entire eerie spectacle, you can hear the sound of sirens going off in the background, adding to the tension. What could possibly be going on here? A meteor? Space debris? Or could it be something more mysterious, maybe even otherworldly?
Yo, this is crazy. So this is April, 14th?
We use natural food.
Yeah.
Which heals. Can I tell you?
Yeah.
This is produced by chemicals.
It is. It's very true.
You are putting chemicals in your body. When you say it, you don't care what will happen. You are saying, I'm wearing a good shirt.
Yeah.
Without, that's a problem. That you are practicing witchcraft on your body yourself with your mind. So people don't think about that.
We mostly worry about what we put into our bodies, questioning the safety of the food we eat and the chemicals used in its production. But how often do we stop to consider the clothes we wear? This man visited a remote village in Africa and interviewed one of the elders. The man wore clothing made from gazelle skin. As he talked, the elder shared a thought-provoking perspective. He stated that our clothes today are often manufactured using synthetic fibers and treated with a cocktail of chemicals, from dyes to preservatives. These chemicals, in turn, come into direct contact with our skin daily. When you think about it, you realize that just as we worry about the toxins we consume through food, it's worth considering what we absorb through our skin when we wear chemically treated fabrics. But do tell me, do you think our clothing is harming us in ways we haven't even considered? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section.
This is produced by chemicals.
It is. It's very true.
You are putting chemicals in your body. When you say it, you don't care what will happen. You are saying, I'm wearing a good shirt.
Yeah.
Without, that's a problem. That you are practicing witchcraft on your body yourself with your mind. So people don't think about that.
This next one was sent in by two farmers who spotted a large creature covered in orange fur. In typical fashion, when the creature saw them approach, it dashed away. They weren't sure what it was, and looking at the footage, I can't say either. On second thought, could it actually be a large body size, unique fur, and a talent for avoiding humans? Folks, I think these farmers may have just run into the legendary Sasquatch. One thing bothers me, though. It has a much brighter fur than we're used to seeing. Aaron is convinced it's a Sasquatch. I am, well, partially, but then again, what do you guys think of this one? Real, fake, Sasquatch, or something else? Next, we have an eerie sight from the streets of Turkey you don't see every day. And yes, that is an actual road with a long crack, pulsating as though it were breathing. The immediate question that comes to mind is, what could be causing this? Is the Earth alive and harboring some mysterious energy beneath the surface? While believers in the paranormal think so, the logical and scientific find it laughable. They believe there's a more logical explanation for the whole thing. One plausible explanation is that the crack is responding to changes in pressure, causing it to contract and expand. To them, it's not the Earth breathing, but rather the result of dynamic forces at play beneath the surface. What's your take on this pulsating road, a dance of the Earth, or perhaps just a geology problem? Speaking of things I need your help explaining, take a look at this. I'm pretty sure I may have shared this in the past, but it's starting to go around again in the paranormal community. The individual recording was allegedly waiting for his DoorDash when he noticed this being outside his window. After a while, he heard knocks and went to check if the DoorDash had arrived, but it hadn't. Instead, it was this being or thing or entity watching him from a distance. Naturally, he was spooked, which led him to record his experience. Do you think this is real, though? If you do, what do you think that is?
I'm pulling the chicken off in chunks. I'm just pulling it off in chunks. I can rip this chicken open. Like, that's disgusting.
The individuals noticed that the chicken breast they bought looked rather odd, and as they were washing the meat, it just started to fall apart so easily. Just look at that. When you take a closer look inside the chicken, it almost appears to be made of thick, fibrous strands. This doesn't look like normal chicken at all. What could possibly be going on here? With so many concerns about food quality nowadays, everyone seems concerned. What's your take on it?
I'm pulling the chicken off in chunks. I'm just pulling it off in chunks. I can rip this chicken open. Like, that's disgusting.
Alrighty then, buckle up for a trip to Antarctica. Feast your eyes on this footage. It's a curious sight to behold, isn't it? It's not every day you capture a strange cave nestled in the icy walls. Naturally, there are a lot of theories on what this one is and what it could be. One theory posits the possibility of an alien base hidden beneath the icy surface of Antarctica. The notion of extraterrestrial presence in remote and desolate locations has been a recurring theme in conspiracy theories and speculative discussions about unidentified phenomena. On the flip side, another idea proposes that the structure could be a secret facility, possibly linked to government or military activities. Antarctica, due to its tough conditions and isolated position, has always intrigued different nations, sparking guesses about undisclosed operations happening there. Some say the Nazis occupy the place, whilst others think the governments of the world have a joint secret project ongoing there. But what about you guys? What do you think could be going on in that icy land? Share your theories with us in the comment section. Just a quick reminder before the next clip comes, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed, could you do so right now? You wouldn't want me to send a Sasquatch after you now, would you? The middle of the ocean can be a spooky place, and this next clip proves that.
Jesus Christ. The fuck, everything's going off.
We're introduced to a boat acting up, with its lights flickering and controls going haywire. Even the alarms aren't left out, and the whole thing creates a chaotic scene. To heighten the suspense, the boat runs out of fuel, increasing the feeling of vulnerability in the open sea. Suddenly, a loud sound cuts through the air, prompting the person recording to rush out onto the deck.
Like there's a fucking poltergeist or some shit in here. Oh! Oh! No.
And just as quickly as the chaos erupted, everything stopped and calm was restored. An eerie question lingers. What just happened, and why is it all of a sudden quiet? The ocean is beautiful, yes, but it's also very treacherous and mysterious. What would you have done in this situation? Does any of you have any experience? Please, by all means, do share. While venturing deep into the heart of the jungle, someone stumbled upon a peculiar tree branch. Coiled around it was a strange wiggling creature, constantly moving and tangling itself around the bark. Once you pay attention, however, you realize it's a snake. Its colors matches the tree so perfectly that you could easily overlook it. The creature's camouflage was so flawless that its serpentine form blended seamlessly with the branch. However, its head was hidden within the intricate loops and coils it formed, making it impossible to identify what kind of snake it might be. Does anyone know what kind of snake this is? Is it a rare species or something entirely new to science? Kindly educate us in the comments section. Food is an essential part of our lives, but sometimes it feels like it could be the end of us. A woman went to Whole Foods to buy blueberries. After washing them in the sink and eating some, she came back and found a single blueberry still in the sink. When she picked it up, she realized it was actually a rubber blueberry. But that's not all. Many people have reported finding plastic bananas, celery, and other fake items mixed in with their groceries. How and why is this happening, and is it always one item? There are some theorists. Some think the food manufacturers are up to something. Others think some workers are stealing some of the fruits and replacing them with cheap plastics. Whatever the excuse may be, what do you think could happen if someone ate one without realizing it? It's a concerning issue, especially considering the potential health risks. If someone unknowingly eats a rubber blueberry or a plastic banana, it could end up badly in the short term and horribly in the long term, from choking hazards to poisoning and cancer. Let's be vigilant out there, okay? This little child was at an aquarium alone, and like all children do, the child was innocently waving at a tank, expecting to see some friendly fish. But what appeared was far from friendly. It was a hideous creature with a massive frog-like hand, and it pressed itself against the glass. It had pale skin and a hairless head. Its eyes were almost otherworldly, and as it turned to look at the person filming, its eyes glowed before swimming away. Wait, why am I narrating as though you guys can't see the action for yourself? What do you guys make of it? Could this be a real-life mermaid or a siren? Aquariums typically showcase marine life with the intention of educating and entertaining visitors. I doubt they'd put in something like this. Aaron believes it's a siren that may have come to the aquarium to retrieve something. Personally, I think that's a bit of a stretch, but who knows? Perhaps that's exactly what the sirens want us to think. The next one comes from Crystal Lake, Illinois.
Transformer. Yep. Wow. That is crazy.
It starts off with a fiery display from a distance. One initial consideration is the possibility of a faulty transformer, but this looked nothing like that. Others also thought it was perhaps a fire outbreak, but there was also no reports of a fire. A possible explanation might be a natural event like a meteor entering Earth's atmosphere and creating that bright, fiery display. Meteors can produce vivid streaks of light, often known as shooting stars of fireballs. But could this really be a meteor? Or is it that it's just a sorry excuse to keep us from discovering what it truly is? If there are experts here, we'd love to hear from you. Final Spark, a new and innovative company from Switzerland, has created a groundbreaking technology called Neuroplatform. This new system is like a living computer, using 16 tiny brains made from human tissue. It represents a big leap forward in artificial intelligence and computing. Neuroplatform is designed to make AI research much more efficient. Unlike regular computed processors, these tiny brains use far less energy. This means Neuroplatform can perform complex tasks without consuming as much power, making it a more environmentally friendly option. The impact on our planet could be significant. By using less energy, Neuroplatform can help reduce carbon emissions, contributing to a cleaner and greener future. Since Neuroplatform processes information similarly to the human brain, it could lead to smarter and more adaptable AI systems. Fascinating, don't you think? Construction workers often encounter strange and unexpected things while excavating land with their machines. Here's a particularly eerie find from one such dig. While using an excavator, the machine struck something solid. Curious, the workers went down to investigate, and this is what they discovered: a wooden box that resembles a coffin partially buried and stuck in the ground. The lid is slightly ajar, but the contents are obscured by sand and hardened mud, making it impossible to see what's inside. It's a chilling sight, stirring the imagination with thoughts of what could be within. What do you think could be in that box? This next footage comes from the southern edge of the Dead Sea, where a group of men stumbled upon something truly chilling. They found what appeared to be the half-decomposed body of a creature they believed to be a siren or mermaid. Looking closer at the footage, you can see the creature's face, pale and decaying, with its mouth wide open, and those teeth. They're long, razor-sharp and menacing, and give it a look that's both eerie and unsettling. Could this be evidence of something mythical, or is there another explanation for this disturbing discovery? What do you think? Real, or just a wild coincidence?
Oh my God, I swear to God, this thing just looked at me.
A woman was unboxing a monkey doll she had just bought when something unsettling happened. As she was about to pull it out of the box, she suddenly gasped and shouted from behind the camera, claiming that the doll's eyes had moved. Let's replay that in slow motion. Look at that. The monkey's eyes really do seem to shift. Creepy, right? Now, in the paranormal community, dolls like these are considered big red flags or maybe green flags for those wanting a spooky experience. Dolls have long been believed to act as vessels for spirits or energies. So if you end up with a haunted or possessed doll, well, strange things like this could be just the beginning.
Oh my God, I swear to God, this thing just looked at me. Come on, boy. Come on.
We've been hearing a lot of news lately about scientists working on bringing extinct creatures back to life, like the woolly mammoth, which may soon be walking the earth again. And while that's, controversial, this next clip I stumbled upon is something truly wild. In this clip, someone is seen feeding a dinosaur. Yes, you heard that right. A triceratops. Now, these creatures are supposed to have been extinct for millions of years, so what is one doing in this footage? Some skeptics are quick to call it a fake, saying it's CGI or some kind of hoax, and sure, that's entirely possible. But if this is real, could it mean scientists have already found a way to bring certain extinct animals back without the public even knowing about it? What do you think? Could this be the real deal or just another internet trick? On second thought, if this was some top secret project, well, it wouldn't be on the internet, right?
Come on, boy. Come on. What?
The moon has long been a source of mystery and intrigue, with countless stories and legends surrounding its enigmatic presence. But this footage, captured in Nashville earlier this year, takes things to another level. In April, a woman was called outside by her friend to take a look at the moon. Sure, it's beautiful at night, but on this day there was something strange happening with it. A friend who had already noticed there was something unusual rushed out with a camera in hand ready to film. She started recording, zoomed in, and within seconds, something shocking happened. Lightning struck, not on the Earth, but onto the moon itself. As they watched in disbelief, you can hear the astonished reactions in the background. According to the woman, her friend mentioned that the moon had been changing colors just before the lightning struck, adding another layer of oddness to the whole event. What could this mean? Was it just a bizarre atmospheric phenomenon, or something more? When lightning striking the moon is unheard of, the fact that the moon seemed to change colors beforehand is even more puzzling. What do you think could have caused this?
What?
A few years ago, a video from Japan went viral. It showed a beam of light stretching from the sky to the earth, lighting up the entire night. The light lasted for a while, growing brighter and brighter until the video abruptly ended. When this footage was shared, it sparked a massive online frenzy, with countless people speculating about what it could be. You can imagine the wild conspiracies that emerged. Some people thought it was a sign of aliens, others linked it to Project Bluebeam, a supposed secret government operation, and many more ideas were thrown around. However, one member of the paranormal community pointed out that the truth behind the video was much simpler. According to this insider, the footage was edited and the person responsible had admitted to the fabrication. Despite the clarification, the video had already caught attention. What do you think, though? Do you believe the explanation, or do you think there might be more to the story? As always, share your thoughts in the comments section. How can today's episode be complete without multiple UFO clips in it? This footage was shared on the internet without any info about its location. The person filming was walking home one night when he noticed something flying above one of the houses in the neighborhood. It was a craft, and the lights on the craft defined its round shape. It looked like this craft was landing on the house. Considering the size, this looks too big to be some type of drone, and the hovering motion and silent operation seem beyond current drone technology. Some viewers speculated it might be an experimental military craft, while others firmly believed it was extraterrestrial. If you would have an open mind, you would realize this isn't too different from what we saw earlier. Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? Do you think these clips are related? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section.
And I see these. He's like throwing an angel baby on the floor or through the roof. It's like little, but it has horns on top.
A woman was walking by a building in Fresno when she noticed something strange. On this building, there were some rather odd-looking statues. The statues were strange and unsettling. One of them appeared to be a winged creature, almost like a gargoyle, tossing a baby angel. There were other equally eerie statues, along with some unusual paintings covering the building's exterior. What could this all mean? Some are speculating that it could be linked to a cult or some kind of hidden symbolism. What do you make of this?
And I see these. He's like throwing an angel baby on the floor or through the roof. It's like little, but it has horns on top.
Here we have another heartbreaking story of an animal lost to extinction, the kauai, a bird native to Hawaii. This species officially went extinct in 1987, and the last known individual, a male, was seen in 1989. The kauai was once known for its distinctive flute-like song that echoed through the Hawaiian forests. However, as their numbers dwindled due to habitat destruction, invasive species, and other environmental threats, this poor bird found itself utterly alone. In a final, heart-wrenching moment, the last male was recorded singing a mating call, hoping to attract a female that no longer existed. Watch this clip to the end before you make any comments. It looks like a man and a woman in the middle of the street engaged in what could either be an intricate dance or an intense fight. The man appears to be holding the woman, spinning her around dramatically while her legs are flailing in the air. But here's the twist. Just when you think you've figured it out, the man stops, pulls back the skirt draped over his head, and reveals the truth. It's not two people at all. It's just one person in a costume performing an incredible street act. The creativity and skill involved in pulling off such an illusion is truly remarkable, but it also makes you wonder if such skill has ever been employed in faking cryptid sightings. And with that, we end today's episode. Thanks for staying with us. Before you go with our clips and videos you think we should have featured by now that we haven't, well, the good news is you can share them with us and we'll post them crediting you. Please send any such footage, including ones you recorded yourself, to us via classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. We'll do our thing and include it in our next episode. We can't wait to receive what you have. Share this video with someone you love, and I will see you in the next one.